Hey there, what's a crack-a-lackin' fam? I don't know why I said that. Sorry. Anyway, in today's video of Apex Legends, I want to offer some kind of advice from someone who isn't an Apex Predator. Sometimes I watch tip videos on Apex, and I realize, like, these people are just so much better than me. The tips that they offer don't really help me. Basically, I don't have godlike aim, so it's kind of pointless for me to kind of watch some of those. So this is just advice from an idiot to other idiots. Yeah, it's something like that. But basically, these are the things that I notice from just an average player's perspective that kind of can make you more or less successful. So let's just kind of jump into these, right? Number one, don't be a total moron. I mean, that's really it. Yeah, you can be a small amount of a moron, just don't go full moron. Tip number two, mute your random squad right off of the bat. Those guys are annoying, will come off mute only when they're down, telling you how much of a stupid sack of you are and how many times they your mom last night. Tip number three, let Octane be Octane. Look, one of your random teammates 99% of the time is going to pick an Octane. They may drop solo, they may drop right on top of you and then stem to get all the loot in front of you. It's cool, just let Octane be Octane. That's just how it is. Tip 4, use the meta guns. Like, sure, some guns get nerfed or buffed every season, and you're going to see that. But honestly, if you weren't using a Prowler like all Season 6, and a Hemlock all Season 7, and a Mastiff all through Season 8 so far, then what are you even doing with your life? Tip number 5, use meta legends. Okay, we all love Mirage and Octanes at times. Like, they have great personalities. They're just fun to play with. And we all typically get pissed off at Caustics, right? But we'd be kidding ourselves if we realized like Caustic wasn't amazing the last couple seasons. You know, rip. Rest in peace, Caustic nerf though, right? So, look, Wraith still awesome, Horizon still awesome, even with some of these buffs that are coming, right? Gibraltar still great. Okay, just maybe easy on how many times you pick Lobas and Fuses and the Ramparts of the world, right? Tip number 6, high ground. Oh, for the love of God, stop giving it up. Okay, there's a reason why Obi-Wan told Anakin that he won with the high ground. It's over, right? Because it works. No military leader has ever said, hey guys, we have the high ground, but we should go to the bottom of this mountain to look all badass instead of staying way up them and shooting at them at the top of their stupid heads. It's never been said before, okay? So stop giving up high ground. If you have it, hold it. It's that simple. Tip number 7. How often do you die with a full inventory? Every time you die, right? Unless you're like really good, you're not going to be using 90% of the inventory that you're holding. So stop making yourself like a loot delivery service to other teams. Sure, it's nice to have all great stuff, but if you're just going to die, what's the point? Get the bare minimum, use that. Like, you're not going to use the 400 light ammo you're running around with, I'm sure. So just calm down on the looting. Tip number 8, kind of a similar tip. Now, I can get knocks and kills with a white barrel stabilizer and a white stock, the same as I can with a blue or a purple one. Hell, I don't even notice the difference half the time. I'm just not that good. I'm just as likely to kill you with a gold gun as a gun with 0 attachments, honestly. So if you two are average like me and kind of an idiot, forget the attachments. If you get them, great. If not, don't worry about it. You'll die soon and you can look for them the next game. Tip number 9, if you're a total loot hoard, just play Loba and save yourself some steps. Tip number 10, don't forget that you have abilities. I'm looking at you, Lifeline Doctrine. Tip number 11, work with your team. You can stay with a team and not use a mic. There are pings for a reason. You can see your teammates and their names all the time for that reason as well. If you fight a team 3-on-3, it's a lot easier than fighting a team 1v3. If you find yourself falling behind all the time and you're making your teammates fight 2v3, or you yourself are kind of being spotted from a team and you get killed because you're now solo, just speed up your movement, rotation, speed up your looting. Just do me a favor, when looting death boxes for a bit, like say for the next 10 games, okay, forget attachments, only grab heals and small amounts of ammo. And see if you notice you're running out of meds or ammo, then just up it just a little bit. You can even go as far as having an inventory plan in place for every size of backpack. So if you have a blue backpack, you give yourself X amount of ammo slots, X amount of shield slots, X amount of medkit slots, X amount of throwable slots, etc. Then you can kind of stop looting, which is awesome. And ask yourself also, how many times have you been shot while looting? Okay, so speed that part up. Tip number 12, watch YouTube videos if you want to get better. Watch the ALGS, watch Twitch live streams. I watch a lot of Apex videos, and I'll guarantee I've gotten better just by watching people who are better than me play. Like I said earlier, like sometimes the tips are a little bit too much, but if you just watch people play, it can make you actually play better. And finally, tip number 13, just run, just move. I used to slow down a lot and not necessarily play campy, but just not super fast. And I played a lot of Caustic and Wattson back in like season 6 and prior. It was a bit of a security blanket with me for some like personal struggles and disabilities that I have, but it was pretty boring and frustrating a lot to try and fight the final team 1v3 because my teammates would instantly get downed and just leave the game. So now I'm kind of stuck camping a little bit. So trying to fight the enemy team 1v3 when I have, no kills or 1 kill in that final fight and they've just been obliterating the lobby. They're all warmed up, loose, feeling great and confident. I just can't stress it enough that you'll get better if you play someone with some mobility and stop camping as much. You can push as crazy fast as you want with Wattson and Caustic. It's just easier with somebody who has some mobility, like a Pathfinder or a Wraith or Octane, whoever. Just play them for a little bit, give yourself some of that mobility, push, and just see what happens. Now I know I know we fellow idiots just kind of feel safer camping, but I myself, who was a slow player, I went from kind of averaging maybe like 250 damage a game back in like seasons 1 through 2 and 3 maybe. 3 I think I was a little better, but starting in like season 6 and 7, I started increasing that to like 400, and now I'm like averaging about 500. I even get games now where I'm doing like 1200, 2200, 2500 damage. I can pop off with some 8 kill games, 10 kill games, and I am way below average, I promise you. It is possible if you just kind of send it at times. I kind of looked at it as, look, I can go die in a blaze of glory, or I can die camping in a corner scared for my life. Choice is yours, really. Thanks for watching. Later.